Hey, what's going on everyone? Willis here. We're back again with another Borderlands 3 video. Finally, we're bringing you a AMARA build. I've been leveling up AMARA this week, just trying her out a ton, seeing what works best, and finally finished the game, and I'm going to be bringing you guys an insane build for melting bosses, and it does work good on ads as well, but this build is mainly for just melting bosses. So before I begin the video, if you guys haven't got Borderlands yet and you want to get it on PC, be sure to use my creator code Willis Gaming. I'm also running a giveaway this month for the Diamond Collector's Edition of Borderlands. If you'd like to enter, go down in the video description. It'll be the first link. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to slap it with a like, as it really does help the channel out. But yeah, let's jump into the AMARA build. Now, I will say that this build is very, I guess, item focused. That's where most of the DPS comes from. The damage is the items. Now, you can make this build work, honestly, with whatever you want, but this is what I'm using to get the amount of damage you're seeing in this video. So the weapons I'm using is the Deep Dive Face Puncher, probably the best shotgun you could probably use on AMARA, just because it focuses a lot on melee damage, and obviously AMARA is just good for melee. The Binary Expert Cutsman, this is what I'm using, and it's very important that I have it in shock, and I'll go into that in a few minutes, what that actually means having this in shock. But this is where most of my damage is coming from, the Binary Expert Cutsman. I'm also running a Cloud Kill. I managed to get an Anointed Siren Cloud Kill. Now, this is what gives me like a ton of damage as well. So pretty much after using Phase Slam, my weapon damage is increased by 300% for a short time. And this short time is like 5 seconds. But in those 5 seconds, you can do crazy amounts of damage. It's insanity. I'm also running a Molten Lyuda for obviously just burning enemies. It's super good. A really, really good weapon to use on AMARA just because it's nuts. Probably one of the best weapons in the game. I'm also running a Phase Zerker, which is super important. So whenever I use an action skill, I get max rush stacks, but these decay over time. And these will also give me weapon damage for each stack, and I can have up to 5 stacks. This also gives me 50% increased melee damage. For my shield, and honestly for my artifact, you can just use whatever you want, because I've just kind of got garbage ones. I've got a Brawl Award, and I've got a Victory Rush artifact, and obviously the grenade, you can use what you want. Got the Porcelain Pipe Bomb, but that's not where the damage is coming from. I just have it on. So yeah, let's go over the abilities and I guess show you where the DPS comes from. So I guess, yeah, let's start off with the Fist of Elements tree. So we're going to be putting 6 or 5 points even into Anima. So pretty much my status effects deal increased damage over time and I have increased duration, and my action skill status effect deals further increased damage. So this is just good. If you're in a group of enemies, you can use your ability and it'll just do even more damage. We're running 3 points into Steady Hand, so I gain increased weapon handling and accuracy. So I got 32% handling and 31% accuracy. But yeah, I'm running Tempests. I've put 5 points into this. This makes it so my elemental damage is increased, and this gives me increased shock damage. I get 30% increased elemental damage and 20% increased shock damage. And obviously, when I'm using my Expert Cutsman, the shock version, it does so much damage. Super good. So yeah, moving on to the Brawler tree. We're actually running Phase Slam, obviously, so we can activate the Anointed Siren Cloud Kill, my 300% increased weapon damage. So that's the only reason I'm using Phase Slam. So when you want to do a, I guess, ton of damage, you just activate Phase Slam and your weapons are going to be doing insane damage. We're running 3 into Root to Rise, so I gain increased max health, 24% overall. So I've got 3 points in personal space. My weapon shots will deal bonus damage based on the distance to my target. The closer I am to the target, the greater the bonus. And this will give me up to 36% of damage dealt. I've got 3 points in Clarity, so I constantly regenerate health. The lower my health is, the more powerful the regeneration. And pretty much when I activate an ability, this will double, so it's pretty nuts. Got 3 points in Samsara. So whenever I deal damage to an enemy with one of my abilities, I'll add a stack of Samsara. For every stack of Samsara, I will gain increased gun damage and health regeneration for a few seconds, and my stacks decay after a few seconds. Also, this is one thing I forgot to mention. Make sure you have Phase Zerker, because it will actually activate my rush stacks. So make sure you have a Phase Zerker if you can. Yeah, other than that, I'm running Revelation. And then finishing up on the Mystical Assault tree, we've got 1 point in Do Harm. So pretty much this just gives me extra action skill damage. Got 3 points in Fast Hand, so my reload speed, weapon swap speed, and mode switch speed are improved. We've got 5 points in Violet Tapestry. So applying a status effect grants me with a stack of Rush, and then activating my action skill consumes all Rush stacks. So for every stack of Rush consumed, my status effect chance is temporarily increased. Moving down here, we've got 3 points in Transcend. Again, increased accuracy, critical hit damage after activating my action skill. 3 points in Restless, so I gain increased action skill cooldown. Further down here, we've got 1 point in From Rest. I gain increased fire rate and charge time. We've got 3 points in Laid Bare. So enemies will actually take increased damage from all sources for a few seconds after being damaged by my action skill. And this will give me an increase of 25% damage. And then we've got 3 points in Wrath. And this will also buff my damage as well on my weapons as soon as I activate a action skill. So I guess the setup for this build is kind of just jump in with a Phase Slam and obviously activate the Anointed Cloud Kill, which gives me 300% weapon damage, and just go ham with the Binary Cutsman using that shock damage to just melt enemies. And then finishing up, we've got 3 points in Awakening. So the effectiveness of my rush stacks are increased, and I gain 30% bonus on pretty much everything. So yeah, that's pretty much the entire build. Like I said, it's kind of like a boss one-shot build. It can be super good as well on clearing ads if you're in like a group of enemies. But it's kind of like a glass cannon. Go in, one-shot something, and then get out. You don't really want to be running around meleeing people with this build, but it still works super good. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, if any of you guys are AMARA players and you've got any tips, be sure to leave them in the comment section down below. AMARA is probably my least played character, so any tips are appreciated. I'm going to try and play him more over the next few weeks, maybe get another build out and stuff like that. But right now I'm working on a Zane build, so for everyone who's playing Zane, keep an eye out for that. And if you guys are missing any items, you need any items in the game, jump in the Discord, guys. I'm going to mention this every single video. discord.gg/Willis. We got people pretty much trading items all day long, so if you need a certain legendary, a certain weapon, a certain shield, it's pretty much going to be in the Discord, because we've got thousands of people trading, and it's pretty crazy. Once again as well, if you do not own Borderlands, use my creator code Willis Gaming. It really does help me out if you do use it. Be sure to go enter that giveaway. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I'm going to leave you guys with some gameplay, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.